Wearable cameras are weird. I've been looking for an excuse to try one for years, but none of the boxy designs on the market has really ever spoken to me, and life logging hasn't exactly taken the world by storm either. So I was surprised when a company best known for making Wi-Fi routers waded into the wearable waters to redefine the camera. So I asked to try it out. I've been wearing FrontRow between Boston and Berlin for a little under 2 weeks. This is the MrMobile Review. What initially attracted me to FrontRow was the fact that I'd never seen anything quite like it. Part stopwatch, part Android Wear, part Flava Flav accessory. It's a teardrop-shaped talisman meant to be worn around your neck or clipped to a pocket when you're life logging, or mounted on a stand when you need a tripod. Everything about it is almost perfectly designed. You just press a button on the modular top mount to pop off the fabric neckband and snap on the included kickstand. This doubles as the pocket clip, and it's magnetic, so you can stick it to something metal for an impromptu live stream. I mainly kept a pendant mode for my review period, and the camera is lightweight enough that I often forgot it was there. Not that anyone else did. This is a decidedly unsubtle accessory. FrontRow has 2 cameras, a 5-megapixel selfie shooter and an 8-megapixel wide-angle for the primary. That sensor is the same one the Google Pixel uses for its front-facing camera, and while the Pixel takes okay selfies, that wasn't exactly an encouraging sign. I'll dive into samples in a second, but first, here's how you work the thing. FrontRow's entire face is a 2-inch touchscreen running a super simple custom build of Android. You swipe left to open the camera app, swipe right to open the gallery, and swipe down for quick settings. FrontRow has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi to talk to either your phone or direct to a wireless access point, and the out-of-box apps include the 3 most popular live streaming services. Once you sync your accounts, starting up a live stream is literally a 2-touch operation. Just like everything on the software side, this is almost foolproof in terms of its simplicity. Keep in mind that there's no cellular radio here, so if you want to go live on the go, you do need to have your phone with you. I'm not much of a live streamer, so I mainly used FrontRow for its still and camcorder features. And this is another good example of how well engineered it is. To take a photo, you don't even need to look at it. You just click the stopwatch button once, and about 3 seconds later, you get a little haptic buzz on your sternum to tell you the shot's been taken. You press and hold the same button to start and stop video. You can also do this remotely through the FrontRow app on your iPhone or Android, but I love the no-look simplicity of just hitting a button and getting a little vibration to tell you it's rolling. If you double-click that button, you get to story mode. In this setting, FrontRow takes a photo every few seconds to give you a time-lapse look at your day. And the camera knows when not to take a picture based on the accelerometer data. If it detects that you're moving all around, it'll wait a few seconds to see if you steady up before it actually takes that scheduled shot. You can still take stills and video when the story mode is active, and you can pause the story at any time with a double click of the button. Pro tip: remember to do that before you go to the bathroom. Is that icky and weird? Yep, welcome to wearable cameras. Actually, after about 10 days of using it, I very quickly learned why live logging never really took off. In a world of carefully curated photos taken by ever more capable smartphone cameras, a lot of FrontRow's footage looks kinda dreary. Like a lot of these tiny cameras, it struggles in low light. Even moderately dim settings get grainy and washed out. And since you're wearing it around your neck, you're not exactly catching people at their best angles either. The camera uses both optical and electronic stabilization, which is great, but, well, it's not always obvious that it's there. FrontRow cites enough battery life for only about 2 hours of continuous video recording, and watch out because it gets hot after a while. If you switch over to story mode and do a time-lapse, you'll get much more endurance, up to 16 hours by the book. I ended up running the battery dry in about 6 hours of story mode one evening, but to be fair, I was also shooting a lot of video. It does recharge very quickly via the included USB cable, though. In terms of storage, I managed to fill up almost 3/4 of the camera's 32 gigs over 7 days. Of course, you're meant to periodically offload media to your phone or Dropbox, so this isn't that big a deal, but it is a compromise, as is the lack of waterproofing. At IPX3, you can get rained on while you're wearing it, but don't take a dip, and don't drop it in the dust. Compromises like that aren't what I expect from a device that costs $400, especially in a category that seems all but dead. Now, yeah, I'm referring to life logging there, and FrontRow would probably argue that this is much more than a life logging camera, and they're totally right. It's a live streaming device, camera, and camcorder all in one. With third-party app support, and at least one big name, Spotify, is joining the ranks soon. Not really sure how Spotify fits into a camera, but okay. And look, as a lover of quirky gadgets, I'm enamored of its beautiful design and intuitive interface, and I genuinely want to see it succeed. Maybe the simple fact that it's wearable and has built-in live streaming will be enough for people who do daily Periscopes or Facebook Live sessions. Oh, and FrontRow is working on new apparel to give you more mounting options. But to me, it doesn't pack the image quality or do enough better than a smartphone to justify that price tag. At $199 or even $249, I'd be all over it. For now, I think it's probably best to sit tight, wait and see how that third-party app platform develops, and see if the price comes down at all for the holidays. Most of my front row footage in this video comes from IFA 2017 in Berlin, folks. Go check out the other videos from that show and subscribe to the MrMobile on YouTube to see more videos like this every week. Until next time, thanks for watching, and stay mobile, my friends.